Today, I'm going to be making Aunt Mary's Cherry Mashers. This is from Magnolia Table, a collection of recipes for gathering volume 2 by Joanna Gaines. So first of all, we're going to go over all of our ingredients. You will need a 7.2 ounce package of Betty Crocker Homestyle Fluffy White Frosting Mix. We have only seen this at Kroger and nowhere else. So I have other people telling me that they have trouble finding this. So I don't know where else you can get it if you don't have a Kroger. 1 pound of powdered sugar. I measured that out just using my kitchen scale. 6 tablespoons of margarine at room temperature. 1 10-ounce jar of maraschino cherries, drained and chopped. So they do have stems on them. You just pull the stems off, drain them, and chop them. A half teaspoon of vanilla extract. A 1/4 cup of sweetened condensed milk. So this is a 1/4 cup. You're gonna have, if you're wondering how much is that in one of those little cans, it's this much out of the can. So the rest of the can I poured in a container and put in the refrigerator so we can use it for another recipe because it's like 3/4 full. 1 20-ounce package of chocolate almond bark. So now this is the package for the chocolate almond bark. It's just great value, and you're going to use all but 2 squares. So if you buy this package, it's a 24-ounce package. You're going to use all but 2 squares of that, and this is it chopped up right here. 1 11.5-ounce bag of milk chocolate chips. That's this whole bag. 2.5 cups of dry roasted salted peanuts, finely chopped. So we poured them in here, 2.5 cups. We have a little mini chopper. We put them in the mini chopper, and there's your 2.5 cups. And then you're going to need 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. You also want to take a cookie sheet and line it with parchment paper, which you'll see in a few minutes. So in a mixer, you want to take your powdered sugar. I'm going to put it in first, so it'll be at the very bottom. And then your frosting mix, which I've already opened right here.
Looks like more powdered sugar.
It does. And then your vanilla and your cherries. Your butter and sweetened condensed milk. So we're gonna start out on low, and then we're gonna move to medium speed, and then we're gonna, this is gonna get fluffy. It should get fluffy, and it'll take about 4 minutes. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It honestly, it looks like you would think it was like cherry frosting that you had gotten out of a jar, or cherry ice cream or something like that. So now we're gonna move this over like this, and we have this is the cookie sheet that I have with the parchment paper. I just used one of the Reynolds Kitchen parchment paper sheets. And I have a 1-inch cookie scoop, and you want to take this, and basically, this is supposed to make 4 dozen. So this is gonna make a lot of these. Makes about 4 dozen. I got 32, and this is a 1 teaspoon cookie scoop. Now it does look like there's a little bit more on that one. I probably could have taken some off some, but this is about how many you'll get. So now I'm going to freeze it for 1 to 2 hours. So our little cherry balls are still in the freezer. They've been in there for an hour and a half now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix up the chocolate to dip them in. So these are the remaining ingredients. You have your block chocolate, and then you have your peanuts, your oil, and your milk chocolate, and we're gonna put them all in a pan on the stove, and you're gonna melt this. You're gonna melt it all together on medium heat, and you're gonna just stir it to combine it just like you would anything on the stove. The trick is getting it in the pan. Okay, this is what the chocolate mixture looks like, and here is my pan. Those of you who are really observant might notice that I had to switch pans. This pan is the other pan was too wide to fit in our freezer, so I had to get a narrower cookie sheet to put these on, so I just slid them right on here. Anyway, I'm gonna take a couple of these off. This one's bigger, and I am not gonna dunk these in chocolate because I want to try them without the chocolate and see which way we like them best. So what you want to do is you're literally going to dip them in here, and you're supposed to just roll it like this and make sure you cover up all the cherry, the pink, and then put it right back on your wax paper. This is what they look like coated. And I have some leftover chocolate. And so I've got another cookie sheet here, and I'm gonna put another piece of parchment paper down, and I need to take my fork out of here. But I am going to,
make a peanut bark, basically.
yeah, I'm gonna make a bark and see what happens, because I don't wanna waste the rest of this. So we'll see if this works. I'm gonna put it on here, and then I'll flatten it out. And then I'll put this in the refrigerator at the same time I put my little cherries, and we'll see, we'll try this too. Because even if you didn't
That's a lot.
Yes, it is. Even if you didn't want to do the cherry part, you could do this, and we'll see how good it is. We'll see if it tastes good. These are going to go in the refrigerator for 20 minutes. And so, and some of them have already dried, but we're gonna put them in there for 20 minutes, and I'm gonna do this bark, and then we'll be back. So while these things were in the refrigerator for 20 minutes, I also put these in the refrigerator for 20 minutes, for that same time, just so that you have to store all of the stuff in the refrigerator. I figured I would show you what one of these looks like up close. And it's beautiful. Look how pretty that is. So on one side you can see a lot of those peanuts, and the other side just a lot more of the cherry stuff. So that is gorgeous. And I want to show, let's see how this turned out. This was our experiment. So what you do with any bark is you just literally break it like this. Now, and I'm just going to put it on a plate. This, you're gonna have to store it in the refrigerator. You have to. There's no other choice, because it will melt. But we store a lot of things in the refrigerator, you know, when we make them, just like peanut butter fudge, chocolate fudge. We always store that stuff in the refrigerator, and then when you're ready to eat it, you pull it out. So I've got a bowl here, and I'm gonna fill my bowl up with these, and then we're gonna take them over to the table and give them a try. Okay, first we're gonna try the bark, because that's not part of the recipe. This was just a bonus. And if I had covered up, I had 4 that I didn't cover, plus I had some in the, I probably could have made another ball, but.
Still would have made a huge difference.
No.
They're so good.
Oh wow, that's awesome. It
I mean, it's gonna get all over your hands.
yes. If you've ever bought Brock's chocolate covered peanuts, that's what that tastes
Yeah,
like.
it tastes a lot like that.
I used to go through bags of them.
Yeah, that's very, very good.
That is absolutely.
I like the texture too, though, because the peanuts are small, so the chocolate's kind of melting, and you got all these little pieces of peanut. That's very good. So if you just wanted some melty peanut bark, then you can make it pretty easily.
And you don't have to do any of that.
Don't do any of the cherry stuff.
Okay.
It's good. It is going to melt on you, though, so you probably want to put, what would they put, paraffin or something like that, some wax in there so it wouldn't melt as much, but I don't know. It's whatever. It's
I
the way it
would
is.
store that in a tin.
Yeah, you stay in the refrigerator.
I think a tin stays colder than like a Rubbermaid container, but I would store it in a tin and yeah, keep it in the refrigerator. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay, let me tell you what
Without the chocolate, they're soft.
Joanna says. Okay. There is an unexpected delight that comes with the blend of cherry and chocolate. My dad's sister used to make these candies every year around the holidays, and his love for them became my own. I asked my Aunt Mary if I could share her recipe in this book, and she gladly obliged, and there's no doubt I'll be adding it to the lineup of treats I make every holiday season. I hadn't read what she said about it. I told Kevin, I said, this just seems like something you would make at Christmas. I've made a recipe on the channel before years ago called Cherry Chews. They're addictive. They're like crack. And when I make them, I cannot stay out of them. And they're wonderful.
Wait till you try these.
Well, I tried just the mix.
It's very mushy. You really need to keep these cold.
Yes, but I tried this when Kevin left the room. And it's awesome without the chocolate.
I left her in here and scooping.
So
that was her payment for scooping all these out in the pan.
I wanted to see whether we liked it better with or without.
It's very good without.
Because it's so darn good without any chocolate. Okay. Do you remember I said in the beginning that some people have a hard time finding that powdered mix? If you can't find or don't want to use the powdered frosting mix, omit the mix and decrease the amount of sweetened condensed milk to 3 tablespoons.
So you're just removing some dry, removing some wet. She's just now finishing that. I've already finished my half of the chocolate.
And you know, I didn't have to eat the whole thing.
I did. I ate mine too.
You taste the cherry.
Cherry's really, really good.
But you get all this grittiness from...
It's like a really smooth, like frosting.
Okay.
I ate the half
of
what I did.
Good idea.
Yeah, they're very sweet.
I was going to completely overlook the half.
I'm waiting till you take some of it. The coating is really nice, and it tastes just like the bark. It's chocolate and peanuts. It almost has like peanut buttery kind of flavor. My only complaint about them is once you've added the chocolate, some of the cherry goes away. They're not nearly as strong a cherry. I almost wish they had, because the maraschino cherries, they tell you to while you're chewing, they tell you to drain the juice off. I wish you kept some of that juice and use that as part of it, because I think the flavor of the cherry would go up a lot more, because that juice is like full of flavor. And instead you're just pitching the juice completely.
Yeah, but I don't think they don't want you to have it wet.
No, but you reduce something else. Like you lower the sweet condensed milk or something else that's a liquid. You just drop that.
I think they're perfect.
They're good, but you don't get as much cherry flavor.
I
That's
think,
not a problem.
like
they're really good. I mean,
like if for some reason you didn't have the chocolate and you just wanted to if you didn't have all those peanuts and the chocolate, you could just do the cherry part and you are going to be like 5 out of 5. Wonderful. If you wanted to just do the bark part like we did, do that. But putting them together, it's magical. That is so absolutely delicious. You're right. You don't get the cherry flavor really comes through when you have it by itself.
Yeah, I'm eating another one just to see. You really
Just
to see. You really, I mean, you lose almost all the cherry flavor.
You do. I for the cherry flavor, I like it better without the chocolate. If I want a full-on cherry, just sweet, I mean, and it's so sweet it'll make your teeth hurt. So if you don't want overly sweet, this is not for you.
No.
Yeah, you're not gonna make this anyway. But I like sweet overload. But if you just want the cherry, it's absolutely fantastic by itself. But I do like the addition of the peanuts and the chocolate. I like it either way. And I usually don't ever say that because if I had to choose one or the other, I would rather have it just by itself.
With the good cherry flavor?
Because you taste the cherries more, yes.
I like it with the chocolate. Not because of the cherry, but because you get that
the
crisp,
texture.
You get the crisp chocolate, you get the crunchy peanuts, and you get that really soft inside. Yeah, I like the texture. And the flavor, you can't beat chocolate and peanuts. I mean...
No, I mean, this...
Like I said, the only thing that could have been different, I wish there was some way you could have adjusted the liquid down and kept the maraschino cherry liquid in there. The cherry flavor would be like way, way up.
Yeah. Well, this to me is a 5 out of 5 dessert.
Very, very good.
And you don't have to wait till just the holidays, but it does come across to me as more of a holiday. And you could do these for parties. I'd leave them in the refrigerator to the last minute if you're going to have them sitting out for a little bit. It says store in airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. If you have them for a party, that you're not going to have them that long anyway, because once people try these, they're going to be gone. But these would be perfect to give as a gift. I like giving food, I like feeding people, so I like to give food as gifts, and this would make a great gift for anybody.
Very good.
So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.